This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Teofimo Lopez Sr. once again out here in Las Vegas. Sir, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing amazing. I mean, got the best fighter in the world, and I just can't wait for this fight on June 19. It's going to be explosive. You know, we have a whole bunch of celebrities. And then there's going to be a big show when my son comes out. You know, this is going to be different. You know, it's going to be a different platform. You know, they did it with Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson. Triller did. You know, but I mean, this is a real fight. This is two guys that really want it, that are hungry. You know, I don't take nothing away from Kambosos. All I know is my son is going to knock him out. You know, it's not going to be more than 3 rounds.
People obviously debate whether Teo is or is not the undisputed champion, but let's go with the argument that he is undisputed. Do you feel like boxing on something like Triller, with all the stars who will sing on the night, who will perform on the night, will only enhance his profile to match the status that he currently holds in the sport?
Listen, after this fight, my son is just going to go, you know, on top of the world, because we're fighting in a different industry. We're fighting with the music industry now. So a lot of celebrities are going to know who he is. They're going to fall in love with the knockout. You know, my son is coming out to kill, man. So, you know, he's not taking nothing back. That fight with Lomachenko just made him a better fighter, you know. So if I was Kambosos, man, I'd be worried. I'd be very worried.
I heard the word war thrown about earlier. Is this what you guys are expecting? You expecting Kambosos to come out to be ferocious, as his nickname suggests, and for it to be an all-action packed fight?
Yeah, to me, that's even better, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be easier for us, you know. He's going to be in the pocket. And once my son starts banging him, he's not going to be able to, that's when he's going to realize, you know, I'm in a real fight here and I don't know what the hell I did, you know. But once we finish that fight, my son is going to explode, you know. I want the Josh Taylors. I want anybody that has something, you know. And Josh Taylor has the 4 belts. We want him. We want him next.
We'll come on to what could be next shortly, but just to stick with yourselves, we spoke about 10 days ago. One question I didn't get to ask you, or forgot to ask you rather, was what is the working relationship like between yourself and your son? Are you always on the same terms? Do you disagree? What is it like?
No, me and my son are like, you know, like the dynamic duo, man. We stick together and we do everything together. There's no fighting. There's never been no fighting, you know. I know what he could do. He knows what I could make him do. So, you know, I'm going into this fight very comfortable. You know, we put in Jorge Rubio to help me with the defense and stuff, so I could look from the outside and know what he's doing wrong. You know, there's a couple of things that I need to perfect, you know, after the Lomachenko fight that I saw. You know, sometimes he gets a little bit lazy there, you know, so I'm trying to help, you know, I'm trying to fix that. And that would never happen again, you know, even though it was only for about 5-6 seconds that he was off, you know, with the Loma fight, like maybe the 9th, 10th, and 11th round, you know, but to me, we blew him away, and this just made my son better, made him stronger, made him better, made him smarter. I think this fight with Kambosos, we're going to show, you know, how hungry we are, you know, to fight these guys. You know, boxing needs entertainment, you know, and I don't see it. I don't see it in none of these fighters, you know. My son is the kind of guy that, if you notice, all the public is not going to be watching their cell phones. When the fight is on, they want to see when he's going to knock this guy out. So, you know, in this business, if you don't entertain, you ain't nobody, you know. You got to entertain. So I'm ready for this fight. We all ready for this fight. First, we got to take out Kambosos, you know, and then we could talk about the other guys. But as right now, you know, I'm very comfortable, and I think that, you know, we're going to win the fight easily.
I do want to talk about the other guys. One man, Josh Taylor, as you've mentioned and you've been asked about so far today quite a few times. He just started off with his fight this past weekend, defeating Jose Ramirez to become the undisputed 140-pound champion. What did you make of their fight?
Well, I think that it was a close fight. If it wasn't for the 2 knockdowns, you know, I blame the referee a little bit for it, you know. But, you know, this is fighting, you know. You got to protect yourself at all times. And I think Jose Ramirez could have had the edge if he wasn't knocked down those twice. You know, the first knockdown hurt him a lot, you know. So I saw he started losing his power and all that. But I had him winning at least 4 or 3 of the last rounds, you know, plus a couple of the beginning rounds. So, I mean, those 2 knockdowns really helped Josh Taylor. I don't take nothing away from Josh Taylor, but if he fights like that with my son's gonna put him to sleep. I already know that. I could see it, you know. There's one thing that God gave me is the gift to see things before they even happen. I could see these fighters and for 5 seconds, and I know we could beat them. You know, I don't see no man right now that could beat my son at 135 or 140.
Just talk to me about that potential fight with Josh Taylor then. You said you're confident your son would put him to sleep. Having watched him, what weaknesses did you guys see or spot that you feel that Teofimo can exploit?
No, the weaknesses I saw was like after the 5th, 6th round, he started wearing down. 7, 8, 9 round, it was okay. It could have been either or, even though because of the knockdowns, he lost those rounds probably. I don't remember when he got knocked out, but I saw him losing the last 3 rounds, or at least 4 of the fight. You cannot do that on a championship fight, because those are the most important rounds. And if it wasn't for those 2 knockdowns, who knows what would have happened. But, we want Josh Taylor, bro. We tell him to stop it with the excuses about my son not having all the belts. Who cares about that? We're coming to challenge you. He's the hottest kid in town right now, So why are you scared to fight him? Why are you scared? Because that's what you show. When a fighter wants to fight us, we take the fight. If you got belts, we want them. And that's what we're going for. If we got to go backwards and go fight Devin Haney, we'll do that too. It doesn't matter, My son is still young. We still got a lot of fights. So, we got to prove to the world that we ain't scared of nobody. My son ain't scared of nobody, that's for sure. We'll take those fights, But let's see what happens. First, in our mind right now, we can't overlook, Kambosos. We got to take him out impressively, and that's what's going to show everything.
Just on Devin Haney, he fights this weekend against Jorge Linares. What do you make of that fight?
To me, that's a 50-50 fight. It depends what Linares goes in there. Like I said, when Ryan fought Luke Campbell, I said it depends what Luke Campbell goes in there, because Luke Campbell's always thinking about losing. Linares has already got losing in his head, And that's one thing that I always took from Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd used to say, I don't got to worry about nothing because I never lost. They got losing in their head, and that's very important. And I understand where he was coming from when he was saying those things, is because when you're in doubt and you can't figure out something, you cannot be thinking about losing, because you will lose the fight. I mean, Luke Campbell had Ryan Garcia and he let him go, But I had told everybody that, that Luke Campbell wasn't there no more. He wasn't the same Luke Campbell that fought Lomachenko when he fought Ryan. Linares is not the same guy that fought Lomachenko. So let's see what happens on Saturday. But to me, that's a 50-50 fight. Let's see if Devin gets across and makes it happen.
Senior, I appreciate your time today. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of this beautiful weather. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
It's a takeover, baby. You already know I've been saying this for like 4 years, and it's coming true now. Don't miss the fight June 19 on Triller, baby.